Goomy! What is up, guys? Steven here, and today I'm gonna be bringing you an evening with Goomy. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I've been playing some OU though, so I just kinda, I don't know, I just wanted to make a video, just a classic evening with Goomy video, and I really enjoyed doing these, so I think that it's a pretty hot idea, and this is a team I'm going to be using. I really like Hippowdon in the current meta, just because it does really well against Mega Metagross, which is a pretty menacing Pokemon in general. It just puts a lot of pressure on almost all playstyles. I think if Dugtrio gets banned, Metagross is gonna be just absolutely disgusting because there really aren't that many like great answers to it at all, honestly. So yeah, it's just kind of something. Tentacruel, which I also really enjoy in this meta because it does great against like Tapu Fini, because Miracle actually works on Nature's Madness, so that's pretty cool. So and you can obviously use that while you're taunted because it's an attack, so it does pretty well in that regard. I'm running Toxic Orb Bloom because I think it's a cool Pokemon and it fits pretty well. And then I'm running Zygarde Subcoil. It has the potential to just kind of menace stall all on its own, which is pretty great as well. Next we have Celesteela, and it's Shed Shell. I don't know if it really needs to be, but it's Shed Shell just because Magnezone is pretty annoying. If they have like Magnezone plus Tapu Lele, then I would just lose. So that's kind of the point of Shed Shell there. And then Rock EMZ Dual Dance Tarak, because I mean Continental Crush, just the name of the Rock Z move, is just it's very good. I mean, it just plops Lando at +1, so like if he Swords Dances, they switch in Intimidate, you just kill him, which is pretty nice. And Tarak is still in a great speed tier, so yep. Let's just kind of get right into one. Let me get onto the right team there. Things that kind of threaten this team are like opposing Zygarde can be a little bit scary. Tapu Lele is a bit scary and stuff like that. And we got Stall. So I mean, fortunately I have Zygarde, so, and I'm the Toxic set, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I need to yeah, I don't know, I'm just gonna lead Celesteela and Protect just to kind of scout what is gonna happen here. I don't have any like Will-O-Wisp switch-ins, which is pretty frustrating, so I kind of have to decide what I want to get Wisped, and I'm gonna let that be Tentacruel, as they miss, which is pretty hot. So I'm just gonna try to get a cheeky little burn here on Sableye, or really anything that wants to come in. So they do have Toxapex, which I guess would normally be a pretty decent answer to Zygarde. However, the spread I'm running is strong enough to beat it, even if they have Haze. So having that attack in there is pretty neat. I kind of want to pull a switch into Breloom, but I'll just let him switch out, because that's fine, because realistically, like, I just wanted to make sure that Loomer could come in and get its Toxic Orb, because then it really does, you know, Sableye and Loom just kind of indefinitely wall each other then, so it's not too big of a worry anymore, and it can switch in on like Sableye knockoff as well. So Loom is heal as the T-Spike goes up, which it's no big deal. I'm just gonna spore. Like, if he wants to go Sableye, that's fine. I'll actually just seed bomb this turn, and we'll see what happens. He just goes Muck. That's perfectly fine. Because I can just spore now, and I'll go Tentacruel to soak up this T-Spike, and then try to pivot into something else. If I'm him this turn, I'm going hard into Sableye anyway to not let something get focus punched, or even just go straight back into Toxapex. So yeah, this is kind of like the new morphology of Sun and Moon Stall. They have adapted to no longer carry the menacing Dugtrio, because it's not allowed in the suspect test. So I can just sub here for free. Like, if he's Whirlwind Scarm, that's pretty annoying, but hopefully that's not the set that is being run. I'm subbing just because I don't want to get burned here, so that's fine. And I think this turn I just coil, and I'm gonna Toxic the Quagsire here. He goes Scarm, that's interesting, actually. Not really sure I agree with that play, as I can just 1,000 Arrows now. And he gets Hippo, unfortunately. But Tentacruel is really safe here. And the way he's been playing it, he's just been going hard into Toxapex on this every time. I'm not sure I want to risk that though, so I'm just going to Scald. One of these times I'm going to get a burn. Or he'll just crit me and I don't burn. So I think he's certainly going Toxapex this time. Or recovering. I think that those are his plays, so I switch first, and he recovers, so yeah, I'm really safe to just sub here. As Scarm comes back in, could have 1,000 Arrows there, but I guess that is kind of the prediction game that's going on here. I'd like to believe he's just going to Whirlwind here, as he roosts, so I can keep him relatively low. And I get Tenta, and I'll just go back into Zygarde on Toxapex. Yep. So, like, I don't know, this is just kind of interesting. I don't think that he can actually go Scarm, like, that's just so dangerous. So I think, honestly, I'm just gonna Toxic, hoping to catch Quagsire. If he goes Sableye, he's insane. Yeah, he just is gonna continue to make that play. That's really, really interesting. And Tarak can put in work, honestly. But I just kind of want a Continental Crush here. If he goes Quags, I don't think he goes Quag, yeah. So I do, like, I crit and do 5 billion. Yeah, if I can land a Toxic on Quagsire, I pretty much just win with Tarak, so that's kind of the goal currently. I'm just gonna CC Quagsire, which does a respectable amount, honestly. And Celesteela, I mean, I win with Last Mon Zygarde, so potentially I just need to stop making the plays I've been making and just not use it until late game, but I need to make sure that I can prevent T-Spike from being up at that time. I'm just gonna T-Spike here, anticipating him to T-Spike or recover, or like switch into Chansey. One of those are fairly likely, as we just exchanged T-Spikes. I don't know, this game is pretty difficult to win because of just the weirdness that has occurred. Yeah, I really wish that he has Protect. That's kind of cute. I guess now he can just knock off or whatever, but I'm just going to go into Loom. If only I could sack my entire team. If I had brought just Zygarde, like legit just Zygarde, and no other Mons on my team, I would be in prime position to win this game. As he goes Skarm, and I'm just gonna SD. And he roosted, which is pretty hot. If I can, he stayed in. Is he gonna roost? That's honestly fine, because I think that he's low enough now. I think that was a really big misplay on his part, because I think that he's low enough now that a +1 neutral 1,000 arrows kills him. So I'm pretty sure I just win now. I think that was a bad play. Assuming this Scald can actually kill, but yeah, it does. So that's really hot, because I can just go straight into Zygarde now and win. So I mean, I can just sub on this, because he obviously can't break my sub, and I'm just gonna Plopsic him. I'm just gonna miss. Just gonna Plopsic him, and now I'm in a position where I think I need to coil one time and hope he doesn't like Scald Burn me here. Okay. He's unaware. Yeah, I forget about that there. That's really bad. I really wish I had hit that first Toxic. So yeah, I'm just gonna Seed Bomb as Toxapex comes in, and I'm trying to get in before T-Spike here. Alright, as I managed to do that, so I think I'm still in just a fine position. So I'm just gonna coil as he picks me up and tosses me to the ground. But it takes 2 of those for him to break, so I should be in an okay spot, as I hope this 2-hit KOs, as it does. So I'm still in quite a good position here, because I was able to Toxic the Quag. So here I can just 1,000 arrows. Or do I sub here? Yeah, I just sub here. And if he curses, then like that's fine. If he EQs, then it just does damage. So yeah. I see the path to victory. Because I can just 1,000 arrows here, and I'm getting like just enough leftovers recovery for this to be fine. So I'm just gonna 1,000 arrows once more. Really, like, the only way I can lose is if he plays like the PP game really well, but hopefully that's not what occurs, because I'm just gonna sub again. And like, he had to recover there, so yeah, I'm just gonna 1,000 arrows that, and now he's gonna let this take like 5 billion as Wisp is fine. Like, yeah, I was about to say I should coil there. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, like, Thing just kind of indefinitely walls. Braylon just like indefinitely walls this, and he indefinitely walls me, so we're just kind of gonna chill, and I'm letting him use, I let him use a lot of PP there, recovered PP. So, I have 48 Mach punches, so I just have to play it, you know, intelligently. And try to win the PP war, which hopefully I'll be able to do. And I'm just gonna seed bomb here. Or do I switch into Toxapex? Yeah, so he's also seeing the potential of a PP battle here. So yeah, that does not a whole lot, but doesn't do like nothing either. So I don't know. I also have 32 focus punches to kind of dick around with, so like every turn that he stays in with Sableye is just great for me. So I kind of want to go Hippo here. So yeah, I don't mind going Hippo here. As he wastes another Protect PP, and I can just slack off this turn and then Whirlwind next turn. Which is really great. Like, if he protects, that's also fine. Yeah, because now I can just bounce myself out. Both things don't actually mind this, so I'm just gonna protect and then you know, harden a loom and kind of keep attempting to waste his PP. Now the only problem is that I don't have hazards up because Mega Sav is a little menacing. So like, even if his Sav gets to 0 PP, then he can theoretically just switch forever, if that makes sense, and like not lose because he has regen. But if he does that, then he won't have, like, he won't have enough PP to, like, he has to attack to beat the Celesteela, basically, is what I'm saying. So like, I don't know, this is really interesting. I'm just gonna start Mach punching because I think it's less valuable than Spore. And I don't know, this is really cancerous. yeah, I guess, I don't know. I just wish I had landed that first Toxic on Quagsire, because I had to lose 25% on my, alright, there it is. So he finally goes that, and I can just Spore now. Because I had to lose 25% on my thing in order to, on my Zygarde, in order to land that Toxic. So, yeah, that was just, pretty bad. I'm just gonna Mach Punch. I don't think he's gonna go back into Toxapex here. Yep, so I wasted one of his PP. Yeah, if I can, like, I don't know, I'm just gonna Spore this time. If he wants to go Toxapex, that's pretty good for me. And, if I can put Toxapex to sleep, then I can put some pressure on with the Hippo, just because, you know, EQ will do damage. Not a lot, but it, you know, like, it does damage to both is the thing. So, like, it's fine. I'm just gonna Focus Punch this time. Reveal I have even more PP. Which is a bit hot, as he's just gonna Wisp, and my Focus Punch is, you know, gonna do clean 0. But his PP is getting lower. And the other thing is that the Sab, like, once it runs out of PP, there's a lot of interesting stuff happening. Because, like, once it runs out of PP, then he can't actually recover any HP with it, because it doesn't have lefties, and then he wouldn't have any recover PP. So then, like, every time I get Hippo in as an opportunity to EQ, then eventually I can potentially get up Rocks. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening here. I do, like, want to land one of these Spores on Toxapex, though. Like, that's really pretty crucial, I think, to have a chance at success. But this is just, this is a little bit hot. As we waste another PP, which is just delicious. He still has a lot, but we have even more. I'm gonna Spore this time. That's fine. Still have 11. And I wanna land the Spore, like, after he, like, I need to land the Spore after he's out of recover, if that makes sense. Because he's down to 9 Willows, which is pretty good for me. I only have 15 slacks, though. I'm just gonna Mach Punch here. And I'm gonna Mach Punch here. No, I'll Spore. I'll Spore this time. I'm pretty sure he's gonna switch. That's fine. He does need to save Will-O-Wisps so that, like, he can actually, you know, do something to the Celesteela. Which is pretty interesting. This game is reaching a breaking point. Bullcrap. So, as he misses another Willow, obviously mattered. He doesn't have that much left. Like, he has 47 PP left, and I clearly have more than that on Loom. And I still have most of my PP on Celesteela and most on Hippo. So like I think Loom is certainly going to be the win con, but I gotta make sure that I can get up rocks, because if I can get up rocks, then he can't just indefinitely switch because Sableye. So like, yeah, this is pretty interesting, as I actually do catch the Toxapex. So I'm just gonna go Hippo. And he stays asleep, so I'm wondering if it's best if I rock here. I feel like he should switch. I feel like he has to switch, honestly, but I don't know if he recognizes that. I'm just gonna EQ. Yeah. So that's really fine, because this will at least force him to use a recover. I'm just going to EQ again. So we're approaching turn 100. This is turn 99. But I did put the Toxapex to sleep, so like I can pressure him a bit. And the fact that this is poisoned and not burned is great. So like ultimately I want to get up rocks. Sableye has no PP, so, or at least no recover PP, so he can't actually regain health. Ooh, I'm gonna go for a crit here. Okay. So I think I have to slack here. Just fine. He should have knocked off there, but it's whatever. I can just Whirlwind, because like I said, like either way that's completely fine. Like if he switches into Toxapex, that's the only bad thing that could have come from it. And he's most likely just gonna knock off this turn and do like 5 damage, so. Should I just hard switch? I think I should just hard switch in the Loom, actually. As he does switch. I considered clicking rocks that turn. I really did. But that's not the play I ultimately ended up going for. So I can just slack here. Like, getting up rocks just wins me the game if I can do it, so yeah, I mean it's a little bit interesting, because like he knows that he can't really touch me, and I know that too, and realistically I have like 32 chances to get the rocks play right, so theoretically the odds are in my favor. Like, I could afford to click rocks here, and I think I'm going to. I mean, that's fine. That's really fine, because like every turn he's staying in is just good for me. He has 20 knockoffs left though, which is not good for me. But he only has 7 recovers, and as we've seen, he like actually cannot touch Loom. Like, I just recover more HP back with the orb than he deals, so like I can just sit there, and Toxapex has kind of the same issue, so I can just sit there, and once I kill the Sableye, Leech Seed the Toxapex, and you know, just sit there indefinitely. So I don't know, it's pretty hot. I'm just gonna go into Loom here. Again, just making him waste this PP, as I'm actually gonna Seed Bomb this time. I don't think that he'll switch. Do I think he'll switch? I don't know, actually. But I'm just gonna Seed Bomb. I need to really threaten his recover PP. I don't know, I'm actually just going back into Hippo. And like I said, I have 32 chances to get the Rocks play right. So, I don't know if I have that many chances, I guess, because I'm on a timer. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I have to get it right before Hippo dies to the poison timer, as he does go Toxapex here, and I think that I'm just gonna click Rocks as he switches into Sab, which is fine. He's gonna EQ this time. As again, him staying in, which is the only thing preventing Rocks, is also whittling down his PP, which is the only thing. Like, then once he's at 0 PP, he can't stay in on Hippo, because then I'll kill him and get the Rocks. Well, I'll kill him and then it won't matter, because I'll just PP stall him. Like, I feel like what I'm saying makes sense. I got a slack here, though. As he's just, you know, gonna knock off again. And I can just EQ here, and I get a high roll, and he knocked off. So, is this a 50-50? Or do I just EQ? I think I still throw it here. What would you do if you're him? I'm gonna still throw it here. Really hope he switches out, because then, as I've been saying, you know, interesting. Not sure I agree with his play there. But I can just EQ here, as I guess he was willing to risk the roll. I'm not really sure. So, as he crits me, so I'm forced to slack. He recovers. Only has 5 left. The problem is Regenerator. I want to click Rocks this turn, so I'm gonna do that, as he clicks Recover again, which is fine. He only has 4. So, forced to slack. If I'm him, I switch here, but like I switch and then switch back into Sableye. But he's getting low on recovers, which is fantastic. But I still think that I need Rocks to win because of regen. So, yep, as he's most likely just gonna knock, and that is what he does. I'm gonna click Rocks this turn, as again, that was not the time that he switched, and I'm gonna slack. And I have 9 Earthquakes left. Problem is I only have 7 slacks, but he only has 4 recovers, so very, very interesting. I'm just gonna slack here, and he knocks again, and this time I'm just gonna go Loom and force him out, honestly, by Seed Bombing eventually. I just need to kill this, as he just goes for Wisp. Just not too surprising, and now I'm gonna go Hippo, anticipating him to go Pex, as he just recovers. Interesting play. He only has 3 left now, and I can just EQ this time. So yeah, this is just really interesting. I'm gonna EQ again. If I'm him, I switch, but I don't think he's gonna make that play, as he just knocks off again. He's forced to recover with one of his last 3 recovers. I'm running low on EQs, unfortunately. So, when do I get my rocks? That does a decent little chunk. I'm gonna EQ here. Again, if I'm him, I think switching is the best play, because then the next turn it's like an even bigger 50-50. As, I'm just gonna slack. Yeah, I figured he would recover. And I have 5 of these left. He has 1 recover. So I'm getting closer and closer to ultimately getting my rocks, which is the plan. I only have 4 of these left though. He has 1 recover. So I can kill him if I hit Sableye with every EQ. The problem is those protects and such. As alright, so he's out of recovers. So I'm gonna EQ for sure. And he knocks, and I think I want a rocks here really bad. I'm gonna rocks here. Alright, that's fine. I have 3 slacks left. He's out of knockoffs. And he's using his wisps, which I don't agree with. I think protecting is just better there, but I'm gonna slack here. And do I lose much by just EQing? Probably not. I'm gonna EQ, and now I just rocks, for sure. Because he's just staying in, which is a little insane. But I have to get rocks to guarantee the win. So hopefully we can do that. Or he just lets us kill that. Okay. So I really wonder how much PP this has, and the problem is I don't want to put it to sleep. Because then it doesn't waste PP turns, which is obviously not the best. So I think the goal is going to be to go Loom and then like Spore him, and as I don't get burned, which is just really nice, I'm just going to Spore him, and then, you know, every turn that he's asleep, just keep clicking Spore to waste all of my spores. And then I will have 18 plus 29 plus 39 PP on Loom alone to deal with this. And then of course, you know, PP on other mons. He gets an early wake, but that's fine. I'm just clicking Spore however many of these turns are left, and 5 left, and then he'll be forced to not be asleep. He keeps getting early wakes, which is great for me, forcing him to use PP. So, and this is my last spore. And then I can, so I think I'm in the winning position here. Because he has, I guess you would have to have Haze. Maybe he doesn't have Haze on this team because of, because he has Quagsire, but I could also see Haze being a possibility of something to have. And that's my last spore, as he's probably going to get all of the sleep turns now, because that's just my luck. Nope, so he wakes up, and from this point on I can just click Mach Punch, and yeah, that's just going to be, I think that's going to be the game if I can just waste his PP in this manner. I don't know, I can even switch as he Scald Burns, which is pretty unfortunate, but I can just protect and all of that. So I'll protect here as he just T-spikes, and we're trying our best here. So I'm just gonna Mach Punch some. I guess we'll see if he has Haze. And once he runs out of recovers, then that's also really good. So potentially, I think I'm gonna Seed Bomb actually. At this point now, since he burned me, to try to force him to use recovers as quickly as possible. So, I mean, it's not doing a lot, but it's doing enough that he's forced to recover more often. As, I'm gonna Focus Punch. No, I'll just Seed Bomb. That's fine. He only has 11 left. Only has 11 left. So... how many Seed Bombs do I have? 15. You're getting 22 each. So that's like 7 recovers right there that he's got to use, because he's taking about 26 per turn because of Leech Seed. So it's like 7.5 recovers I'm forcing him to use right there. Then he'll have 4 left, to which Earthquake will take one of them, and then yeah, so I think I'm fine, especially since he'll eventually die to the seeds. So yeah, this is just getting painful, as I actually get a really nice crit. It's gonna Seed Bomb, see Sclads, he's gotta recover here. So we're whittling down his recover reserves. He's down to 8. So I'm gonna Focus Punch this turn. I really don't expect him to Scald this time. I expect like a T-Spike or something. I mean, he should be using like T-Spikes, but he hasn't really been like aware of that, I guess. So no, he just Scalds, which is fine. I was just trading a PP for a PP, and I'll Seed Bomb here. I mean, once he runs out of Scalds, like, that's great, because then I can just Focus Punch freely. I'm not really sure why he's using them, and he obviously doesn't have like Baneful Bunker or something like that, because he would be using them on my Seed Bombs to try to get rid of that PP, so I'm not really sure I agree with him scalding here, basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, alright, so I have 8 more seed bombs, I'm just gonna use them. He recovers, so he only has 6 recovers left, which is pretty nice. Only 6 left. As I actually get another really nice crit. 6. Plop. 5 left. And I have 5 seed bombs, so as we discussed earlier, that should equate to 2 recovers, approximately. Probably 3 if I get a crit. So, we have 3 left. We're just doing as much damage as we can. Alright, so I'm just gonna seed bomb this man, and then next turn when he's gonna recover, I'm gonna focus punch to preserve my seed bomb and try to make it, to kind of stretch it out into 3 recovers of his. Then I'll only have 2 left, and I'm pretty sure I'll be guaranteed the match at that point, because he only has 9 scalds left. So then I can just click focus punch every time, because I'm assuming that's his only attacking move, and that will be delicious. So he recovered that time, actually, so my whole thing about focus punching the next turn is moot, as he hazes, so he finally does reveal his last move to be haze, which is fine because I'm just going to focus punch this turn, anticipating the recover, which I get correct, and it does 18, which is really respectable, actually. He only has 2 recovers left. I'm just going to seed bomb this time. If he recovers, that's fine. Like I said, I can just indefinitely focus punch, because he only has 9 scalds and I have 30 some focus punches. So then, once it gets down to the point where he can no longer actually attack me, each focus punch will do about 18, which equates to about 24, so every 2 to 3 focus punches will require him to recover, and he only has 1 left. So he hazes, and that's completely fine, because like I said, this is just forcing his hand of recovering, and this is why I said that I needed to get up rocks, because I wouldn't be able to do this if he had a Sableye with no PP in the back and no rocks up, because then he could just switch and the leech would be gone and he would get 30% back, whereas Seed Bomb was only doing 25 per. So he would just be able to switch indefinitely and win. So really it came down to me killing his Sableye, or him letting me get up rocks. Fortunately this man was kind enough to let me kill his Sableye and reduce the mind games of the other, as that's his last recover. So the game is over at this point, as I can just focus punch. He's revealed every move, so he there's no out for him here. He's not gonna pull some magical move here. I can just continuously focus punch until the game is over. So yeah, this was really, really interesting, actually. Yeah, this is holy shit, dude. Like, there are just no words for this game, as he's just gonna scald, and he hazes that time. I get a crit, which obviously is meaningless, and we sap the last of his health away with Leech Seed, and that guy was at 1520, and we took a lot of his points. I'm gonna upload and share that replay just because it was pretty annoying. But yeah, guys, I guess normally I do like 3 or 4 battles, but that was a marathon, and I am just gonna upload this. If you've made it to this point in the video, comment I love Tom Bus in the comments, and if you made it this far in the video, comment I play tennis lol needs to get better at MK8. And yeah, I mean, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, drop a like, drop a comment. If you disliked the video, drop a dislike and tell me why in the comments. And I will see you all next time. Peace.